Okay, Acoustic Bliss. Let's go drinking. When these shoes were new, it was how do you do? It was whiskey and telling your tale. When my shirt was clean, I was there to be seen. I had clear eyes and my sight never failed. And all of my brothers that I've met on the way, they were drinking by night, they were drinking by day. Now restore to my eyes what was clear and was bright, and take me out drinking tonight. Whoa, take me out drinking tonight. Now bluebells and matches and stains on the table, and the sweet smell of the luscious woodbine. Well, Mr. McEwen, you will be my ruin, I said, but I don't really mind. And all of my brothers that I've met on the way, they were drinking by night, they were drinking by day. Now restore to my eyes what was clear and was bright, and take me out drinking tonight. Whoa, take me out drinking tonight. Well, they're still shining through all those stains on the table. Left is heavy and the other is light. Well, if it's left up to you, girl, I know what you'll do. You'll take me out drinking tonight. Whoa, take me out drinking tonight. And all of my brothers that I've met on the way, they were drinking by night, they were drinking by day. Now restore to my eyes what was clear and was bright, and take me out drinking tonight. Whoa, take me out drinking tonight.
Hello. Now, I'm having some problems with my lighting tonight. Oh, lighting, that's really bad, isn't it? Mark, if you're watching, Mark, I'm so sorry. Anyway, you caught me out because I was just about to hang my lantern, and that's not a euphemism. I was literally about to hang it, and look how different the lighting is. But they won't be having these problems this weekend because PRESTFEST is on They've got lights. Some of it's outdoors. Tonight, folks, when I've hung my lantern, let me see if I can put it there. No, let me just hang it up. No, honestly, we'll put it there for now. I'll sort it out in a minute. So, I feel like I'm in some sort of weird world. Yellow World. Welcome to Yellow World. Bliss in Limboland. Hello to the pub. Moira's in the pub. I don't know if Angela's with her, but maybe Angela's watching at home. Hello to everybody. Mike and Mary are at home. Cohen de Burv is in the house tonight. Hello, Cohen de Burv. George is in Fife. And everybody's back. Hello. Right, yeah, I'm sorry if I've made you choke on your iron brew. And whoever's watching, welcome. Tonight, I had a great plan. That's all you need to know. And it's going to be seamless. I will sort the lights out. But my plan actually is a good one. Executing it might be a little harder, but my plan was we're going to celebrate PRESTFEST because for those of you that live in Ayrshire, you might know that for the last few years, a thing called PRESTFEST, not to be confused if Deeds watching, not to be confused with PRESTFEST down in Preston that celebrates things musical and otherwise in Preston. This is PRESTFEST in Prestwick, which is part of Ayr. And why I'm a bit excited is the fact that that it's happening, and because it's been obviously we last year was missed completely. And so it's brilliant. And what I love about events like this, and quite a lot of festivals around and about, is when I look down the playlist, there's lots of people we know, lots of people from watching Acoustic Bliss. And if you've been in the pub, then you'll have met a lot of the artists that live locally. But as you know, Acoustic Bliss isn't just local. It's not just for local people. We get people from far and beyond. Anyway, so my plan for tonight was, I thought, for those people who don't know anything about PRESTFEST and can't go, we'll have our own little beginning. We're like the Fringe. We're going to start we're not the Fringe, but they do know that we're going to stream some things tonight, and hopefully if you're watching and you've not watched before, don't take this as a measure of PRESTFEST, me sitting in my camper van showing films. PRESTFEST is live music. I'll say more about it in a minute. Anyway, my plan is to follow the programme. It's 3 whole days of music. I don't think any of it's live streamed. And Acoustic Bliss has been there most years, and we haven't live streamed because it's too much, because it's super busy. PRESTFEST is super busy in some of the bigger venues. And what's absolutely fantastic about it, and Cohen, if you're watching, wherever you're watching, the brilliant idea about this was that it was local businesses in Prestwick, which is kind of, it's almost got a village feel to it, because it's got lots of small independent businesses and small shops and bars and restaurants. They got together a few years ago and thought, right, let's try and bring people, interest, and of course money to the area. And so back then, almost every business had music in, even the pet shop and stuff. I think Duffy would tell you that he's played in the barbers and the pet shop at some point. I think there's less venues this time, but still quite a lot of venues for a small place, and yeah, a 3-day program of events with all sorts of music on. So my idea is to pick the people that we that are connected to Bliss, that I know that I've got some film of, and we're going to celebrate PRESTFEST ourselves. And obviously, if you're able to go to PRESTFEST at any point over the weekend, then you just turn up, because I believe that all the events are free, and there is a whole load of stuff about social distancing and mask wearing, because obviously we're in Scotland and there are still some restrictions, and also personal preferences, and the organisers have put all that on their thing. Anyway, let's just have some music. So that's what tonight is. We're celebrating PRESTFEST. So anyway, the very first act, the opening night is tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. So that's Friday, 7 o'clock. And on the Buff main stage, we've got this man. He's playing Not with the Moothy player unless he shows up. But anyway, let's have a bit of this. You'll like this. If I can put it on and not stop it up. And then I'll sort my lamp.
I get some velvet tones. Velvet lips it is. See, I play harmonicas. This guy is a harmonica player. There is a big difference. So we're going to show you why.
And Norman, we can actually get you on the stage, whole, on this.
Now, it's my aim to take every bass player and Stephen McLean and all the bass players in here, and we're going to make a bass project. You'll have to wait for it because we need to work out what we're going to play first, but it's going to be intense bass frequencies, JP, we're all involved. And this here is the bass guitar blues. I'm going to, Norman Velvet Lawrence is going to smooth it up. Right, you keep that one.
Sorry about that. One singer, one song.
I'm going to be a didgeridoo while she's being the actual harmonica. Well, if you ever come around, well, you know my Santa, and you know his sound. And if you cry in my living space, you falling down my face. Why don't you come on around so that I did found myself? Now there's no time, tell me wrong and why I wrote this song for you. Well, it's no one's fault but your own. I know the people change you, and I for one have grown. Still you pretend as if we'll never have time to breathe. Say one bad day is the only excuse I need. Why don't you come on around so that I did better found chill with the harmonic. Thanks, Norman. Cheers, Brian. Awesome stuff. See what I mean? I hardly touched it. That's amazing. I love this. Cheers, Brian, as well. That's awesome.
Right. So if you think, why does she not do that better? It's because this computer is tiny. It's my new laptop, and it's tiny. And I'm not tiny. Big fat sausage fingers, and I'm not used to how it works. Anyway, that was Carl Bridgman, Carl Bridgman, and our Normusky on the Moothie. And so Carl is one of the opening acts for PRESTFEST tomorrow. And so let me just tell you that there are several venues. There's the Prestwick Cricket Club, there's Bar Central, there's the Glenburn Miners Club, there's the Buff main stage and the Buff acoustic stage. So there's two stages at the Buff. There's the Eagle Bar, there is the Red Lion, there is Vic's, and there's the Lido. So all venues in and around Prestwick, all within a fairly short space of each other. And if you're there's also a thing called Byfield Gardens where they're going to be having stuff as well. So lots there. If you're watching in and you live in the area, there is lots, and there's some things that are outside. Some of the pubs have got outdoor gardens. You can find out what's what. And there's also on their Facebook page, and I'll try. It's actually. I'll start sharing it tomorrow. I'll share the programme again tomorrow if you haven't seen it, and then you can see exactly where things are. So it all kicks off at 7 tomorrow, and then on Saturday and Sunday things start about 1 o'clock, and they go on till late. And as far as I know, it's all free. Usually they're supporting some kind of charity, or they have buckets and raise money, but I don't know if they're doing that this year, but I'll let you know. So anyway, Carl Bridgman. So at 7 o'clock, he's on the Buff main stage at 7, and then also at 7 you've got, do you remember Wooly Wild Horse, Willie and the Wild Horse, or Wild Horse Willie? I played him a couple of weeks ago. Well, he's on at the Glenburn Miners Club at 7 o'clock. And also at 7 at the Buff acoustic stage is Taylor Bunting, who's also another Blisser. Now, I'm not going to go through all the people that are playing that we don't know. And actually, there's quite a lot of bands, so there may well be people in the bands that we know as well. But it was just an idea to do something different tonight, and to pick things out of the archive. And for those of you who are near enough to get here over the weekend, you could actually come and see some amazing music. So that's 7 o'clock. So then at 7:45, my friends. I just wanted to just blast this at you. Oh no, I won't. Yes, I will blast this at you, so that you can know where to find things. Hold on. Yes, so that is Carl Bridgman. You can look him up there. I mean, those of you regulars will know him. Now I'm sure he'll be playing his bass, but quite often he goes out with an acoustic, and he's a one-man band, and he plays that. Some of that stuff was his own, but he also plays covers and things as well. He's a fantastic multi-rounded thing that does lots of different stuff. So if you want to go and see the bass, he might not be playing the bass, but you can always message him and find out what sets he's doing where, because he's actually got quite a few sets over the weekend. He's on most days doing something. So next then, my next act is on at 7:15 tomorrow. No, 7:45. So 7:45 tomorrow at the Cricket Club. This beautiful collection of individuals. And this is the, you know, obviously Acoustic Bliss being Acoustic Bliss, we struggle with even allowing the odd electric guitar in, but we certainly have a difficulty with big bands. But this lot will be playing, if they're at the Cricket Club, they'll be playing loud, large, loud and proud. So let's have a bit of this. Are we on media? No? Oh, for goodness sake. Is this one? Why isn't it there? There it is. Okay. So enjoy this. Yeah, so it's Long Day Living and they're on at 7:45 at the Cricket Club tomorrow night. Yay!
All right. That's the game. All right, this song's called Inevitable. You've been coming over and you've been coming on strong. You've been going out of your mind now for a little too long. You've been asking questions and I've been telling no lies. You're almost innocent of all of your crimes, but I recognize that look in your eyes. I thought you said you didn't know all the answers. Thought you made yourself perfectly clear. I thought you couldn't wait to get out of the running, but you're still here. And I see the fire in your eyes, and I feel the burden start to rise. And I know before we begin, the outcome is always the same, but I just can't stop myself. If everyone's got a secret, well, I wonder what's yours. And if it hurts you to keep it, well, who the hell you keeping it for? An unexpected pleasure, an unforgiving past. If you believe you've got a trick up your sleeve, well, you better think you're pulling it fast. I thought you said you didn't know all the answers. Thought you made yourself perfectly clear. I thought you couldn't wait to get out of the running, but you're still here. And I see the fire in your eyes, and I feel the burning start to rise. And I know before we begin, the outcome is always the same, but I just can't stop myself. I'll open the back door so you can dance in the rain. I'll cover the excess and start drinking till I'm sober again. Any minute now, one of us is bound to lose control. And being with you is like driving with my eyes closed. I thought you couldn't wait to get out of the running, but you're still here. And I see the fire in your eyes, and I feel the burning start to rise. And I know before just can't stop myself. No, I just can't help myself. No, I just can't stop.
Leave that one just now. Two more. Yep. Is that the right? That's 6.
No sooner. All right, cool. We've got 2 more songs. Those last 2 songs and this song are all available on our album, which I neglected to bring any copies with. So if you're interested, I don't know. I know I'm dreadfully unprofessional. But if you are interested, you can download it from all major downloaders and stuff like that as well. It's called Then We Start a Fire. Is the name of the album. To all the people that shouted at me at least 3 times in a row to plug the album properly, I'm bad at it. It's called Then We Start a Fire by Long Day Living. You can find it all over the interweb if you're interested. This song is the closing track from the album. It's called No Sooner Here Than Gone. Give us a standing on the corner in the rain, you're soaking wet. And it might get brighter, but it's not done raining yet. I don't know what you're thinking, this could be your life of choice. But it shouldn't take a slap in the face, man, just get up and use your voice. And don't stay any longer than you have to. Just get out while the going's good. Don't hang around any longer than you have to. Get on what's important and tell yourself. Show me a free world and I'll show you a dream. Come with me to the real world and I'll show you what I mean. Don't bring it up for too long before you quit this joint, because life's no sooner here than gone and you might just miss the point. And don't stay any longer than you have to. Just get out while the going's good. Don't hang around any longer than you have to. Come on, get on what's important and tell yourself. Sorry for you, because you're stuck in a rut. I know there's nothing more that I could do for you, but just get on your back, stay on your back. And don't stay any longer than you have to. Just get out while the going's good. Don't hang around any longer than you have to. Come on, get on what's important and tell yourself the truth. Just tell yourself the truth. Whoa. Last orders at the bar. I heard that, but
Come on, sorry. Well, not last orders at the bars everywhere here, are they? Because I'm hearing that somebody's run out of Guinness. Are you in a Wetherspoons? Not advertising, but seemingly. Do you know, it's funny because even the people who voted for Brexit are being affected by Brexit. It's mad, isn't it? So seemingly Wetherspoons is running out of beer. Cohen, who's over in Belgium, you won't know probably who Wetherspoons is, and you don't mind. Anyway, that was Long Day Living, and that's them acoustic, squashed on a stage. Bless them. Steve, the bass. Ken on little. He's a drummer actually. Ken Yip, fantastic drummer and great singer as well. Kenny, chief vocalist, songwriter, guitar player, and remember this. He cut his hand, his tendons really badly, so he's made a fantastic recovery, and I think this was before that actually, but anyway. But so and then on the far end with the long hair, that dude is Martin Hanna, who I think he still works at air guitar actually, but he's a awesome guitar player and he is a fantastic guitar teacher, and they're playing live with they're a band that are meant to be with the drum kit and electric, so you know, but that's their acoustic version, so you can hear all the words clearly. So thank you very much. So they are at the Cricket Club tomorrow night, 7:45. And from what I can see from the programme, most bands are only on for sort of like an hour or something, or 3/4 of an hour, some even shorter. And because there's a mixture of things, so it isn't just like one gig. There's a whole programme, which I will try and load one in. I'll try and do that. It's not easy. I've got issues because my new computer doesn't use the same blooming pokey in stick things as everything else, so I'm a bit harder. It's all gonna no last orders. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to shut. Listen, you do not want to get me going on politics at all. I've put myself. I'm on restrictions, and I am not going to let myself even say anything about the thing that's doing my head in at the moment. Mark says I'll get cancelled. So anyway, bright and airy. Hello Chloe, by the way. So talking of which, we also have at Lido at 8 o'clock, I believe, on Friday. Let me just double check that. Yes, 8 o'clock, Lido, tomato. We have this wonderful woman, and so we're going to play a little bit of this. Yeah, we'll play this because it should work. This is this wonderful woman from 2015, and yeah, she actually is talking about another event, but so 8 o'clock tomorrow, go the girls. There's actually a lot, as per usual, there's a lot less women, but there are a few bands that have got women in them, some cracking bands, and anyway, here she is.
Supporting a band called the Rising Souls up in Glasgow at Pivo. It's now called Ayrshire. Yeah, so if you're free and in Glasgow, please drop in. I'm playing about 8 o'clock on Saturday at Ayrshire, and I'm playing at 3 o'clock at the West End Festival in Glasgow. But anyway, this is I'm going to do 2 songs. One's a cover and one's my own song. This is My Ship.
life just begun. Because we are our ships waiting to sail out into the sun. We are innocent little ships, innocent as a life just begun.
Thank you. I'll lift the spirits a little bit. This song is my own song again. It's out in 2 weeks' time. This is changing. It's quite upbeat, so. We're good?
I'm finally set free from the four walls that I've been living in. It took some time to realize when I saw those walls closing in. You know I had to spread my wings and teach myself how to fly. But now I'm looking down, can't believe I hung around. Someone tell me why. This is my time, now I'm moving on, I'm moving in and I'm still going strong. Now I know that I can do this alone. I don't need you no more. And I may miss your sweet smile and your tenderness, but I know it's for the best. And we may have had some good times, but they disappear behind the bad times, darling. And I may say goodbye with a heavy heart, but I need a new start, 'cause I am changing, changing, changing. Changing, changing, changing. The way it's lifted off my mind, now my steps seem so light. I walk into the daytime, away from the darkness of the night. My future up ahead, I can hear it calling, shouting out my name. The fire tinge of fear is burning up inside the fire's flame. This is my time, now I'm moving on, I'm moving in and I'm still going strong. Now I know that I can do this alone. I don't need you no more. And I may miss your sweet smile and your tenderness, but I know it's for the best. And we may have had some good times, but they disappear behind the bad times, darling. And I may say goodbye with a heavy heart, but I need a new start, 'cause I am changing, changing, changing. I'm changing, changing, changing. And as I walk away, you can be sure sometimes I will think of us, and I hope that you understand and wish me well. As I walk away, you can be sure sometimes I will think of us, and I hope that you understand and wish me well. And I may miss your sweet smile and your tenderness, but I know it's for the best. And we may have had some good times, but they disappear behind the bad times, darling.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry my voice is gone. I've got a cold. Thank you.
Sorry. A thing comes down, right? This drop down thing comes down, which means I can't get the little headphone symbol to turn it off. Honestly, it's not that I'm dim. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know why it does that. Anyway, that, my friends, was Chloe Marie Simpson, and she is playing 8 o'clock at Lido. And actually, she's playing a couple of times. She's also playing, well, who knows? She'll be playing at the weekend in other places, but she's at the Lido, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And that was from 2015, 6 years ago. Unbelievable. So I bet she'll be glad. She's now she's staying up in Glasgow, and I see she's still playing and writing. So hopefully she'll have some new songs. And yeah, she writes really beautifully as well as singing. But she's got a cracking selection of covers. Anyway, so we're only up to blooming, that's 8 o'clock, but next at 8:15, it's going to be, you're going to be torn at the Glenburn Miners Club. Now, I'm not quite sure how far away these all are, but they're not very far, really. It might take, they're walkable. Absolutely. I mean, Prestwick's not that big. So let's have a little bit of this next, because at 8:15, so Chloe's on at the Lido, but at 8:15 this happens. Now, I've got more. My problem tonight was extremely boring, but it means that I have a whole load of things that I don't actually know. I don't actually know exactly where the things are, so I'm going to look for them. But do I look stressed? I don't like the lighting in here. But anyway, what can we do? What can we do about any of it? Nothing. Just smile. And this man is on at 8:15 at the Glenburn Miners Club tomorrow, and he makes me smile.
Cover a song by Pokey Lafarge. It's called Close the Door. Just start this off with this, and then we'll kick out another wee couple of songs. Thanks again for having me. Hope you're all having a good time. This is called Close the Door. Close the door. Close the door. Don't let that doctor come in. Close the door. Lock it tight. Got no money for the doctor tonight. It's 3 weeks I spent in the hospital. Left me with a stack of bills. Sky high, and I'll never be able to pay them. I know. I wish that I just stayed there tonight. La 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 la. So tell me why, please tell me why we must pay for the things that we need. Yeah, man, he took all that he could. So close the door, close the door. Don't let that doctor come in. I said close the door, lock it tight. I got no money for the doctor tonight. La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. One more time, la 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 la, la 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 la, yeah, la 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 la, la 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 la. Oh. Thank you. Thanks very much. Put that off it far away there. Thank you. I'm going to do a wee song of my own next. It's a bit jazzy as well.
Honestly, I do my own head in. Anyway, welcome, Ruth. I was given incorrect information, but then that's no surprise, is it? So as Ruth has so helpfully pointed out in the chat, in fact, hopefully now that she's here, she'll just keep doing this. So 8:15, sorry, at the Glenburn Miners Club, Craig Scott. What a great guy. And he is really, he writes fantastic songs himself. I mean, I know I say this, but it's true. And he's very entertaining, and he does brilliant covers. He chooses interesting and different covers, and he's very upbeat as a rule, so that's good. And I wanted to put this on. Craig Scott Music. So there's how to find him. I don't have little things for everybody, but if I have, I'll play it. So now I'm also reliably informed by the Font of Knowledge Musical of Ayrshire, which is Ruth, that Long Day Living is not the full band. So I'm sorry about that. I just assumed it was. My bad. And it's Kenny doing a solo set, but that's also good. I don't know if you remember, Kenny is also, his alter ego is Classic Steve. So he's a cracking writer. I don't know what his set is going to be, and presumably unfettered by Acoustic Bliss, he'll be able to, I guess he can play electric as well also. So we ain't off. We're on a roll here. So that is the beginning of Friday night. We haven't even begun to scratch the surface. So let's just have a little bit of our next. So next in the programme, at the Red Lion, I believe. Well, yes. So actually, next in the programme at the Red Lion is this. And so I'll just play it. Red Lion. I believe this is 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock at the Red Lion. Go.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Thank you for inviting me to play tonight. Thank you very much. This is called All Those Years Dreaming. All those years of dreaming and still burning somehow, survived the rain, the tears, the floods, all the long nights and the weary days. I my life into a few short moments just to catch that train. It was fleeting, but it's still on the track. Well, the whistle's blowing and I'm burning now alongside, just trying to hitch a ride. Dreaming well, at least it's forward motion. And I've been trapped, I've been lied to, but I've been rescued. My faith renewed, my hope revived. I see the light in my baby's eyes. Maybe I can run as fast as I used to, but I'm still running down that track. And you know I never look back. And can it be those glory days can come to meet me up ahead? I have a promise no law can break. All the years dreaming has been no mistake, has been no mistake. Cause I've been fearfully, I've been wonderfully made. You better get this, that I've been fearfully, I've been wonderfully made. Hey, you better get this, I'm no mistake, no disappointment. My breaks will come. There's an appointment for me, for me. And can it be those glory days can come to meet me up ahead? And I have a promise no law can break. All the years dreaming has been no mistake. All those years of dreaming and I'm still burning somehow. Survived the rain, the tears. Thank you very much, thank you. So, my name is Scott Nichol. I want to thank Carol, where is she? Thank you for, she does an amazing work every Thursday with all these crazy musicians. Come on, give it up for Carol. Come on, give her a massive cheer. And also for Mark, really appreciate the work they do. Come on, give it up for them. Yeah. And I feel, what's it? From Germany. Is Pollock in Germany? Yes, and thank you to Pete for doing the sound. Come on, give him a big cheer. So, and yes, from Pollock, yes. So, thank you, Carol. I really appreciate being asked to do this tonight, Carol. Thank you very much. Carol, thank you very much. Yes, I do. Here we go. Going down, now I'm going down to Love Town. Place that everybody knows. Place that everybody likes to go. It's a common thread running through the common heart of man. Place for the lonely, the lost, and the bruised, the misguided, the mistrusted, the misused. A place I'd like to go with you. Hey, are you going down? Hey, are you going down? Going down, I've been going down now. Going down, I'm going down now. Going down, I'm going down to Love Town. Place for the prince and the pauper alike. Place where the darkness meets the light. It's midday and it should be midnight. Time of weakness and strength walk hand in hand. Majestic and the downtrodden together stand. Common thread running through a common heart of man. Hey, are you going down? Are you going down? Going down, I'm going down now. Going down, I'm going down now. Going down, I'm going down to Love Town. Going down, I'm going down now. Going down, I'm going down now. Going down, I'm going down to Love Town. Down to Love Town, I'm treading easy every step. Feet are light and no more looking through my sweat. I see the houses and I see the leafy lanes. Pressure's easing off the easing of my pain. Friendly face, a picture, a smile, a crowd. My path is leading me and I'm heading down. Broken promises, a man that comes to what I found. My station's coming up and I'm getting off at Love Town. Come on, somebody help me out, put your hands up. Getting off at Love Town. Everybody, get your hands up. Hey, hey, hey. Here we go. So while you're going down, going down, I'm going down now. Going down, I'm going down now. Going down, I'm going down to Love Town. Going down, I'm going down now. Going down, I'm going down now. Going down, I'm going down to Love Town. Hey, I'm going down to Love Town. Hey, are you going down? Are you going down? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Just turn it back on. Scott Nicol, Steve D saying that he sees him busking all over the place. Yeah, he's a very active social media person, and he has an organisation called Possibility Screams, where he he gives guitar lessons anyway, but he encourages young people to make recordings and do stuff, and he's been quite active over lockdown and that, getting people to record and do stuff. Well, I have seen it I think Steve's seen Ruth. So Ruth's saying that she's never seen him busking, but there was a run of things outside. I think that was for one of the fresh air events. He was doing stuff outside, on the main street outside the some of the closed shops, with some fantastic singers. There were some fantastic female singers. Yes, Ruth didn't know. I'm sorry about that. So all your illusions shattered. Anyway, so Scott is on. So he's playing himself at the Red Lion at 8 o'clock. And he's also he's got with his young people and friends. He's on 3 o'clock on Saturday. I know we're not quite at Saturday yet, but I thought I'd mention it now. He's I guess he's having his young people come in 3 o'clock on Saturday at Byfield Gardens. So I'm assuming that's an outdoor thing. And that well, we'll come back to that later. Anyway, I've been looking for the next guy because, as I think I said to you, I have had some issues finding some of my music. So I might have to actually I might have to actually abandon my order temporarily. Anyway, in that case, we will abandon our order, and what we'll do is we will just we'll take a slight sidestep because we're almost at the end of Friday. Now, I say Friday in the sense that these are people that we know from Bliss, but actually there are, I don't know, there must be like 30 different events on Thursday night. And hello, Mr. Bissett and Ruby. And John Bailey. Hello, John Bailey. Long time no see. And there's been obviously dispute. Maybe you were a Paul Speller and you, but it's not. It's John Bailey. Different root and branch of the Bailey family. He's part of the Bailey family because he's came and built a guitar. But he's not the Bailey family, this Bailey family, because it's a Bailey without an E. I don't know where that E got dropped. It's also not a double L. There's no double L in this Bailey or his Bailey. So here we are. Right, let's just have a little interlude then. So we're talking about PRESTFEST, etc. My next act has gone missing, but that's all right, because what we're going to do is not worry about that at all. We're going to find something instead, and of course I've forgotten what it was. Oh, I know. Yes, I have remembered. Let's have a bit of this. So now this person has been doing us proud the last couple of weeks. Do you remember me saying he's the Phil Collins? He's the Phil Collins of the Acoustic Bliss world, because you see him here, you see him there, you see him blooming everywhere. Well, that's not quite true, but he's a two venue man, this one. Anyway, he's not been well, so Mick and Mary, we'll send our love. I hope you get better soon. But he's still managed to do this. Lovely.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Lockdown Lounge. Oh no, can't remember where we are now. Not locked down anymore. Limbo. That's where we are. Here's a song that came back to mind after Tuesday afternoon when we were down at the Twadugs and Jimmy Frew made an appearance. And this song was a song that he gave me to do something with. I just called it Jimmy's song. He sat there in the corner, gently strumming, softly humming, an old song he played 1,000 times before. His eyes told you the story of the glory when he used to hold the floor. The smoke stains on his fingers that had lingered from so many bars told the times he'd smoked 1,000,000 cigarettes. And his chords, like they were words, told a story of a life of no regrets. I said, sing me a song about yesterday, mister. One of them old songs you sung just yesterday. Sing me a song about yesterday, mister, or as yesterday faded away. He said, though my time is ticking by so fast, there's pages of the chapter left to turn. So please don't tell tomorrow that I'm singing of the past. And please don't tell the future that I'm done. I wondered how things must have been the years he'd seen, how the world had changed since he first started out. Had it changed or just rearranged, the same old worries we still sing our songs about? Is it just a living game, remains the same and nothing changes? Same old worries, same old cares, same old fears. Or is it life goes on and our old song must fade out gently with the years? I said, sing me a song about yesterday, mister, one of them old songs you sung just yesterday. Sing me a song about yesterday, mister, or has yesterday faded away? He said, though my time is ticking by so fast, there's pages of the chapter left to turn. So please don't tell tomorrow that I'm singing of the past, and please don't tell the future that I'm done. He told me in the end, my friend, reflections of my past hold more than all my future life can hold. No more best is yet to come can make you numb and realize you're growing old. My heart is still the same, full of love and grief and pain. Still I sit here playing songs from my old shows. And I asked him one more time for his rhyme about the way life's story goes. I said, sing me a song about yesterday, mister, one of them old songs you sung just yesterday. Sing me a song about yesterday, mister, or has yesterday faded away? He said, though my time is ticking by so fast, there's pages of the chapter left to turn. So please don't tell tomorrow that I'm singing of the past, and please don't tell the future that I'm done. Please don't tell the future that I'm done. There you go, Jimmy's song. Won't be in the pub tonight because we've not been that great just lately, so we're giving it a rest. But we'll be joining you on the TV channel. Stay safe, folks. Cheers.
This is Paperback Writer to the tune of the Lumberjack Song. Sir Armando, will you read my book? It took me years, will you take a look? It's based on a novel by a man named Lear, and I need a job. Oh, I'm a paperback writer. Yes, I'm a paperback writer. Oh, I'm a paperback writer. I write and write all day. It's a dirty story of a dirty man. His clinging wife doesn't understand. His son is working for the Daily Mail. It's a steady job. Oh, I'm a paperback writer. Yes, I'm a paperback writer. Oh, I'm a paperback writer. I write and write all day. It's 1,000 pages, give or take a few. I'll be writing more in a week or two. I could make it longer if you like the style. I can change it round. Oh, I'm a paperback writer. Yes, I'm a paperback writer. Yes, I'm a paperback writer. I write and write all day. If you really like it, you can have the rights. It could make $1 million for you overnight. If you must return it, could send it here, but I need a break. Oh, I'm a paperback writer. Yes, I'm a paperback writer. Oh, I'm a paperback writer. I write and write all day. Oh, sir or madam, will you read my book? It took me years, will you take a look? It's based on a novel by a man named Lear, and I need a job. Oh, I'm a paperback writer. Yes, I'm a paperback writer. Oh, I'm a paperback writer. I write and write all day. One more time. Oh, I'm a paperback writer. Yes, I'm a paperback writer. Oh, I'm a paperback writer. I write and write all day.
Oh, right. So the video seems to have set itself up on the other side. Anyway, let's do that. So that was Mabbott with Jimmy's song, and I'm really pleased you did that. Thank you, Mike, because I found the MP3 that, I don't know if you remember, I used that as a the background music to a slideshow. Was that for Jim for his birthday? I can't remember, but and I realised that that's the only copy I had, so I couldn't replay it. So I'm really glad you've done that. Thank you so much. And yeah, like everybody's saying in the chat, I hope you and Mary get well, I know you're on the mend, so I hope you feel better soon. And actually, you know, Chloe in that video earlier said something about you know, I've got the cold, and I thought how that's one way I think that our world is definitely going to change, isn't it? That less people are going to be going out when they don't feel well, and everybody's a lot more conscious about spreading germs. We hope, but I think we are, aren't we? So but thank you for staying in, and keep yourself well and warm. Lots of water fluids. Guinness next week. Anyway, I found my next act. So that, and then the last one, of course, was our Pauline, who isn't playing at PRESTFEST. I'm not quite sure where she stays. I think she might be I'm not really sure. I think it might be Lanarkshire, but she's not I don't think she stays in Ayr. Excuse me, it might be Glasgow. But anyway, fantastic wee song. And yeah, she's, I mean, if you you need to look at Pauline Valence's page, because she's all over the place. She was down in England last week, up in somewhere else, up north somewhere. So anyway, she is playing at, obviously tends to be more folky festivals, or more acoustic festivals, but she's out and about, not at PRESTFEST. But back to PRESTFEST, we're still on Friday. So Friday night, we're still on Friday night, but at 8:45 we have this man. He's going to be in the Red Lion. The Red Lion is a massive pub, a massive eatery, and they've had all sorts of fantastic music on there. It's sort of a massive eatery with outside. It's a really old kind of pub, but with this great restaurant extension, and the space to have bands. It's where Acoustic Bliss, where we met Helen. I don't know if it wasn't the first time we met, but Helen, if you remember, that's where you came to the Red Lion at Prestwick for Acoustic Bliss at PRESTFEST. And that is where number 550 or whoever or 600, the man with the wig who was dressed as a bride whose name we don't know, that was that day, and it was him that had been ordered a small person dressed in a gimp suit, which is literally, I'm sure Helen will agree, burnt on my retinas, and we hoped that Moira wouldn't take that picture. We hoped that wouldn't be the picture. Anyway, next is on at 8:45, the Red Lion. It's the incredibly artistic Ken O'Hara.
And as Carol says, I'm also an artist, so check out my website, kensmad.com, or Art of Ken O'Hara. Am I up, Mark? Something's up. No guitar. We have left off. I'm going to do a few Mon songs tonight, but we'll start off with a cover from Loudon Wainwright, The Third Time. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, and the mind begins to wander back to happier days. I guess you can say you were taken for granted. I went on and raved and ranted, oh, my tyrannical ways. But now things are different. Now that you're gone, I'm not so sure that I can carry on. I always knew you were important to me, but now I know you are a necessity. Otherwise, I'd start to go insane. Well, things weren't so easy when we were together. We had plenty of days of lousy weather, but now I'm in a hurricane. And I'm gonna weep, and I'm gonna moan, 'cause you're not here and I'm all alone. The joke's on me, you get the last laugh. I found out the hard way who's my better half, and now I'm the worst for the wear. So when I see you again, expect some champagne wine on Valentine's Day. Expect a Valentine, 'cause now I know how much I care, how much I care. One of Mon's songs now, this is called Out of Control. I'm sure you've all felt like this sometimes. Have you ever felt you're heading down the road? No stop sign, nowhere to go. Your feet to the floor, 100 miles an hour. Your life is out of control. Have you ever felt you're standing on the edge? No lifeline, no safety net. One false move, you crash into the floor. Your life is out of control. Well, all you gotta do is hold my hand. Tell me all about it, I will understand. All you gotta do is hold me tight, and all will be gone by the morning light. Have you ever felt you drifting from the shore? The water's all around you, sinking slow. Your feet want to move and you can't swim back. Your life is out of control. Have you ever felt you're running out of time? The clock keeps ticking and your neck's on the line. You feel like your head is about to explode. Your life is out of control. Well, all you gotta do is hold my hand. Tell me all about it, I will understand. All you gotta do is hold me tight, and all will be gone by the morning light. Whenever that road is heavy, whenever that load is rough, whenever you're less than steady, whenever you've had enough, sky. You keep climbing up and you don't know why. One way to go, it's a long way down. Your life is out of control. Have you ever felt that you can't go on? Nothing is right and everything's wrong. You feel just like that screaming face. Your life is out of control. Well, all you gotta do is hold my hand. Tell me all about it, I will understand. All you gotta do is hold me tight and all will be gone by the morning light. Thank you.
Oh, look, it's been that bad with that I've sent Ruth and TV to bed. So if they're still there, good night, both of you. And yeah, if anybody else wants to tell me when they're off to bed, I can give them a shout out. And as they wend their way to the, what is it, up the wooden hill to Bedworth, the mic is starting with Duffy. So yes. So if you're out and about or you're at home and you're thinking you might go out, there'll be space because Mike's not there. Anyway, that was Ken O'Hara, and Ken O'Hara is on at 8:45 in the Red Lion, which is good. Now, TV said something, and I know that lots of people, there are way more people that watch this on catch up than watch it live, and it's always been thus. But TV said something. He said, you know, how lucky we are to have something like PRESTFEST, and yeah, the very first time we came to Ayrshire, we were absolutely blown away by the musicians that were here, and not just because we came to a professionally organised festival. There were lots of local players, and we met people, the people who played in the pub or sitting outside or jamming in the field, were every bit as passionate and sometimes as good, if not better, than some of the professionals. And the love of music, the feeling that music was important, that's what drew us to this part of the world. I mean, lots of things, obviously the beaches and the beauty of it, but it was also, we didn't have to justify why we were charging money. I mean, it's a weird thing. If we did demos or went to fairs to sell what we'd made, we've down where we were, people would say, oh, why would I pay all that money when I can get something cheaper at Argos or online? Well, actually, online wasn't so much of a thing then, but do you know? And whereas when we came up here, people were like, wow, that's amazing. One day I'll be able to afford one of those. And that's kind of the difference, an appreciation of craft. And also, I mean, it's not an accident, because that festival, just for example, raised money. It was the Kirk Michael International Guitar Festival, and it raised money to put guitars in schools. So they started that was, I don't know, 99 maybe, or 2000, and it ran for 5 or 6 years, 6 years I think, and all the money they raised, all the profit, after the acts were paid and they had a massive raffle, all the profit, all that went into buying guitars for schools. And so kids, sort of, well, it's 20 years ago, isn't it? 20 years to 15 years ago, the kids in primary and secondary school around here benefited from that, and whereas at that time in England particularly, music was being stopped and withdrawn from schools, and you had to have parents with money to be able to do music. Oh, I'm off again. No, it doesn't take much for me to be off, but I mean, so it's not a stereotype to say that the West Coast, because I can't speak about any other bits, but the West Coast of Scotland, yeah, they do, generally speaking, love their music, and there's lots of it, and we embraced it, and yeah. So it's not a rant. It's a love letter to a beautiful place. So What else? Who else is on? Right. Well, let's finish with Friday. So there's all sorts of acts on. There's things I haven't mentioned because, as I say, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 venues at least every day. And they've got full tickets. And what I know that's happened in previous years, if for some reason someone's sick or someone pulls out, then they get replaced. So it's a really full event. I'm just picking the highlights of people that we know and love. And remember that the archive is a few years old, so they'll all look a bit different, and they'll have different material. They might even have taken on new genres. Anyway, let's go to Saturday, but let's have a little an interval between Saturday. Well, actually, no, I don't need to have do I need an interval? No, I don't think I do. Well, yes. Now, I was actually looking for this, and hoping that I would find it. Because am I right? Is it? Oh, I did have it sort of. Oh, for goodness sakes! Okay, well, let's put something else on because Saturday is such a thing. All sorts of stuff going on, and if I can find any of them, I will play it for you. Oh Lord, I think it's here actually. Oh yeah. So Saturday kicks off in quite a bit of style actually, because Saturday is the first sort of whole day that they have, so it's the first noted act. Well, there's 2 things on at 1 o'clock. One is the Byfield Gardens that I mentioned, where there's a piper, and as I played the Russian piper a couple of weeks ago, I'm not going to put any pipe music on again because I know some people found that a bit difficult. Oh look, I've lost my chat. I hope you're all there, right? And but also at 1 o'clock on the Buff Acoustic stage is this wee band, and now they turned up quite by accident. I met them first at Doomfest, and they're kind of well known roundabout in these parts, but not, if you see what I mean. It depends where you go and what you know. But they're kicking off the acoustic stage on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Now this might not start in quite the right place, but it's a beautiful shot. It's one of Mark's arty-farty shots, so we'll start it there.
Now these people are a fantastic folk quadruple. Is there a quadruple? Quad? I don't know. You're fantastic.
Yes, Brian Power, consistent. Right, so obviously it took them a little while to get set up, so we'll go back to it in a minute. So this is Hingin by a Threed. Now, I obviously am not Scottish, I'm not Ayrshire West Coast, and I cannot pronounce this properly. I think hopefully she will say it herself, right? We'll go back.
No, don't worry.
No, just me yabbering. Right, so anyway, this is a fantastic wee band who met at Doomfest. They were playing in the bar at Doomfest, and I think there's normally 4 of them, but there were only 3 this night. Yeah, great. So we're gonna. They are, like I say, they are. Oh, I think that's them coming back.
Mark, can you turn the number 2 mic off, please? So this is, I'm not even going to say, they're a fantastic band. Something to do with hanging threads. Here we go.
It's Hanging by a Thread. We're just going to play a couple of wee jigs for you, so feel free to clap along if you like it. So this is The Flowers of Edinburgh and The Rakes o' Mallow. 1,
Hanging by a Thread, and yeah, they're great, and they obviously they play traditional Scottish folk music, or traditional Scottish music, but they are absolutely cracking, and yeah, so they're on at 1 o'clock. Now, what I forgot to mention, On Friday night, actually, at 10 o'clock, on the Buff Acoustic stage is Jamie Angus, and before him is Willie Smith. So Willie Smith and Jamie Angus, both Blissers. They've been to Bliss. Jamie's been playing. He's one of the younger players, but I couldn't find where he went the night that he played, so I haven't got him, but maybe we'll play him next week. So that was Hanging by a Thread, and all sorts of things going on. Now at 3 o'clock tomorrow on the Buff main stage, it's the Cafe Orchestra. Now I played 2 of their songs last week, so I'm not going to play that again this week, but they're on at 3 o'clock. If you remember Gypsy Jazz, they have a new album out, which I know a couple of you have at least bought CDs. It's available on CD, Ask Moira. It's also available on download if you go to the Cafe Orchestra's Facebook page or their SoundCloud or their Bandcamp. Moira will know. Or if not, Facebook, John Duffy on Facebook. But they'll be, I mean, that is proper foot stamping, tippity tappity stuff. 3 o'clock on the Buff main stage, and then at 4 o'clock, well, actually, there's all manner of things going on because there's actually a lot of bands, too many to mention by name, but it's not all. It really isn't all sort of single or duo acoustic acts. There are so many bands stuffed into the weekend. Of all genres. There's rock, there's indie, there's even Little Fix, which is a Little Mix tribute band, which a lot of younger females, although I think they're all getting a bit older now, but so there's really something for everybody, oh yeah, so my next act is on at 4 o'clock. Now this is actually a bit of old. It's not very long. It's a bit of old time. It's from a very wet summer. But our next act, he is on the Buff Acoustic stage at 4 o'clock on Saturday.
You, my son, be satisfied. It's simple.
Follow your heart, nothing else. You knew this, oh yeah. If you try, they won't for you, my son, to be satisfied. Be simple, gentleman. if you can. Better be simple, be simple then. Or maybe something you'll never understand. Better be simple, gentleman. I want to do this for me, son, if you can.
Yeah! Ow!
Saying you're really busy.
Amazing!
Yeah. Oh, so you should never come in at the tail end of a conversation, should you? Never, ever, ever, never, 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 ever. And oh, hang on. Oh, what's going on? I don't know what's happened there. Oh, damn. Right, let's stop it. So never, never, never. Because what I thought Rupi was saying that Rupi was saying in the chat that I get your carpets mixed up for grass, but that's why you love me. That's what you were saying. And then I think you were talking about a dog. So that, my friends, was Faz Ahern. He on Facebook he has a thing called Music Makers, which is sort of his well, it's more than an open mic thing. It's the idea was to encourage people to make music, and Faz has done open mic, and he's also done karaoke and a quiz, but to try and encourage people to get involved. So he's on Saturday, Buff Acoustic Stage. Now, there's so many things I could tell you, and I've just realised what time it is, so I need to swiftly move on, because it'll be 12 o'clock before we know where we are. But I just want to let you know that I sadly could not find my happy video, and I'm absolutely gutted, because also at 4 o'clock that day is the amazing Jeremy Lviv. And I don't know if you know that my happy place video is him at Bliss singing that Michael Jackson song. I'm going to find it anyway for next week. It gets me right in there every time. And Jeremy is one of Prestwick's most famous sons, because he was recently on The Voice UK, and he did pretty well, and as a springboard for his amazing musicality, because I mean, I'm always banging on about his beautiful voice, but he is a composer. He plays more than one instrument. He is just a really, really good guy. I'm not sure if he's still teaching, but he was a teacher, and he's from Prestwick, and so he's playing 2 or 3 times, at least twice anyway, at Prestwick, at PRESTFEST, and he's on Saturday on the Buff main stage, and I think he's on again on the Sunday. Yeah, I'm sure it is. So watch out for him. There's also Chloe Marie's playing again on Saturday. She's on at 3 o'clock, I think. And in the evening, there's a whole raft of bands, some of whom we know, some of whom we don't. But I wanted to just highlight 2. That there was the Midlife Blues Band, and they quite often played at the Danure Festival of the Sea, so they're one of the older bands, and they love their blues, but they kick it out, and they're playing on, I think it's at 9 o'clock at the Cricket Club on Saturday. Carl Bridgman's at the Bar Central on Saturday evening, and also at 9 o'clock on the Buff main stage. If you were only going to go out once and you wanted to see some just guitar-based music, Rigid Soul are playing on the Buff main stage at 9 o'clock, and I can't speak highly enough of them. Kyle Hood is their lead guitarist, and he, what a player. The first time I saw him, I think he was about 14, and he blew everybody in the room's minds, and they won the I was hosting a Battle of the Bands thing, and it was the only band that was guitar driven, and he was just, it was like seeing, not like Jimmy Reborn, because that's a bit of a cliche, but Yeah, like an old man's soul in that young man's body. It's just amazing. So Rigid Soul, and they play blues and old style stuff. And they're also being joined because one of them, Lewis, who he's been playing with, now they did actually play at Acoustic Bliss as an acoustic duo, but I don't think it's filmed. It's from years ago. They played, Lewis isn't very well, so they've got the guitar player from Blue Milk, who's also playing on the Buff at the festival at some point. And Blue Milk are supporting Melissa Kelly up in Glasgow. And Kyle from Rigid Soul, with his amazing blues fingers, he has been playing with Melissa Kelly and the Smoking Crows. Check them out as well, because they're gigging again. So they're all, and so up and coming, if you like blues, Rigid Soul, Melissa Kelly and the Smoking Crows, and Blue Milk. I'm not quite sure what they play, but they must be sort of bluesy, soul-y stuff if they're supporting Melissa. So that for my friends. Oh, one quick mention is that at 5:15 at the cricket club on Saturday there is a couple called the Buskin Shorts, and he used to, when I used to hire a car to go to England, he was always behind the desk, and they play quite a lot at the Market Inn, so they're worth a look because they're good guys. And sorry, one last thing is that at Vic's on Saturday at 5 o'clock it's Alan Frew, and I was going to play some Alan Frew, but I've lost it, so sorry about that. So what will we have instead? Well, I think what we're going to need to do is finish Saturday off. We're almost there, but this is the Saturday, and if I can blooming find it, I had it all set up but I've lost it again. Oh, it's nearly there. Right, so on Saturday, I don't know if Chloe's still in the room. I think she might have gone, but anyway, on Saturday at, I think it's 6 o'clock, just after 6, at the cricket club. I'm very fond of this duo for a whole variety of reasons, but they're a bit different, and they write differently. And anyway, they were under another name in a band, as a band, a few years ago, and now they're back as a duo, and I think in COVID they've been writing, so they've started gigging again. This is from 2019, but they've played a few live gigs in the last month. They've gone down a storm, so anyway, you can check them out at Cricket Club, 6 o'clock Saturday. Love.
We're Father's Medicine. We used to be Up in Smoke, but that band burnt to the ground. Sizzle, Crumble, here we are, back for round 2. We play original tunes only, because we're shite at covers. Sing the rain shite.
Shite at that day.
And shite at that day. I hope you enjoy it. This first song is called Here I Stand. Thank you very much.
Oh, I had to see the river run, to know this battle's always to be won. And I was sure my time would never come, but here I am, oh darling, here I stand. I know I'm bound to you, that's why I'm bound to lose. I seen the city views and the mountains too, and I see the open sky. for you, yeah. I know it's all for you, I swear it's all for you, yeah. Oh, I've seen the writing on the wall, and if it crumbles I will lose it all. And I was sure that we would never fall, but here I stand, oh darling, here I stand. I know I'm bound to you, that's why I'm bound to lose. I see the city views and the mountains too, and I see the open sky, and I'm looking for a sign. I know it's all for you, I swear it's all for you, yeah. I know it's all for you, and I swear it's all for you, yeah. Whoa, I know I'm bound to you, that's why I'm bound to lose. I see the city views and the mountains too, and I see the open sky, and I'm looking for a sign. I know it's all for you, I swear it's all for you. I know I'm bound to you, that's why I'm bound to lose. I see the city views and the mountains too, and I see the open sky, and I'm looking for a sign. I know it's all for you, I swear it's all for you, yeah. I know it's all for you, and I swear it's all for you, yeah. I know it's all for you, I swear it's all for you.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. These songs, we've got about 6 songs for the night, I think. 5, 6 songs a night, do you reckon? As long as we want, Matt. We've got 14 songs in my new album. We've not got a new album yet. But there's 14 songs waiting for somebody to snip us up and spend all the money on us. Save us fucking spending it. This next song, mind my language by the way. Next song is called Little Lost. I hope you enjoy it. This is our oldest song. It's been 9 months old. To figure out myself I had to find. I've been stomping, but there's other people skipping the line. Was I always too damn blind to see? Did the truth always seem to hide from me? Did you think you'd kill the fire in my heart? Oh, did we ever set out to be? From such a distant memory, you were thinking we were finished, we're just right here at the start.
Try to run, but I got a little lost. Never made it, but I'm closer than I was. Had to take a little time, now I'm doing it my way. Did you think that I was giving up the fight? Shit to figure out myself I had to find. I've been stumbling, but there's other people skipping the line. Was I always too damn blind to see? Did the truth always seem to hide from me? Did you think you'd kill the fire in my heart? Oh, did we ever set out to be gold, such a distant memory? You were thinking we were finished, we're just right here at the start. Whoa, 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 whoa. Try to run, but I got a little lost. I never made it, but I'm closer than I was. Had to take a little time, now we're doing it our way. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know why this thing drops down to stop me anyway. So that is Dylan and Ryan, Father's Medicine, and Chloe, totally understand. Totally understand. I think a lot of people would about not being ready to go out yet, especially as obviously in Scotland and parts of South Ayrshire the the cases are rapidly rising. So I don't blame you, but lots of people are going out, and I'm glad that there are people and organisations who are forging ahead and making stuff happen, because that's what it needs, and we can all do our own thing in our own time, can't we? That's the plan. All right. Well, look. So that is Saturday, and pretty much wrapped up. And there's only one thing I didn't mention, and there is a band called Lindsay Dolan Band, who we some years ago, one of the guys, I don't know if he's still in the band, I didn't have time to check, but he came and built a guitar, and he was a great guy, funny guy, and funny ha-ha, not funny weird, but they led and written by a woman, and unless I got mixed up and it's a different band, and I'm sure it's the same one, but anyway, they're playing on Saturday as well. So there's honestly, am I getting the point across? PRESTFEST is amazing. So that brings me to Sunday, but before we do Sunday, we're going to have a little marker, and Sunday won't take very long. We're on our Filani now. I knew I'd run over from 10:30. I can't help myself, and I did have it. Honestly, I was so stressed getting ready for this, because I'll let you into a secret. I need a dongly thing for this new computer, and this only works with this computer, so I have to load it up from another computer, and a hard drive that doesn't work on two of the computers that I might use. Anyway, loaded it up to the wrong place, as in I couldn't find that dongle at the time. Thought I'd loaded it all up, but the dongle wouldn't go in the machine. Am I making any sense? Anyway, the point is I had to then copy it all onto the right dongle, which took exactly, it said it had exactly the amount of time that I had before we went live. So I was a bit panicky. Anyway, get this. This will cheer us all up.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Shay BC. Tonight, featuring me, James Bissett. You cry, is it? I say no, Bissett. Now, we in the entertainment industry often like to say, mine's a pint, thanks mate. No. We in the entertainment industry like to say, repeat until funny. No. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Well, don't stop me. You have heard this one before. Here's Wind Me Up, the third time and much improved again. This time featuring Wee Ginger. The last time I played this song, I was playing with Big Ginger. Many people ask me how I can go from Wee Ginger to Big Ginger. And I have to say it's taken many years of practice. And you do have to use both hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. She's found the perfect colour. Town requested someone bring a brush. Charge my dynamo, set the streets aglow. Get it down, yeah, a fun time, here we go. Randy says you're definitely coming. Roger rang and said to give you this. I'm your satellite every Thursday night. Satisfying, how's your appetite? Wind me up and watch me go. Wind me up, I won't say no. So wind me up, enjoy the show. Wind me up and go, cat, go. Hope is looking forward to the hoedown. Joy just rang and said to bring your own. Once is understood, more is twice as good. 3 times, 4 times, don't you think we should? Wind me up and watch me go. So wind me up, I don't say no. Wind me up, enjoy the show. I said, wind me up and go, cat, go. Something's good, more is better. Something's good, more is better. More is better. I said 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 more is better. Looking forward to the hoedown. Joy just rang and said to bring your own. Once is understood, more is twice as good. 3 times, 4 times, don't you think we should? Wind me up and watch me go. I said wind me up, I won't say no. Thank you very much. My name's James Bissett. You cry, is it? And I say, yes. Yes, it is. Thank you and good night.
Oh, well, I'm really impressed with the wine bottle that Ruby emptied to the left, and it's got the candle in it, but well impressed. If you can't see the chat, I don't know if it rolls when you do it on playback, but obviously there were some concerns about the candles going up in smoke. The curtains going up in smoke. But I'm guessing that's perspective. Further away, closer. Closer, further away, you know, all that stuff. So thank you, James Bissett. Honestly, I love the fact that people, you put effort into, we get dressed up, you get your best instruments out, and all the curtains that you've shown us. Maybe we should have a selection of James, of the Shea Bisset curtain range. Yeah, lovely, thank you. And I was saying last week that I do hope that we, when we get back into the pub, personally, ourselves, that we will still have these things. Oh, that reminds me, Moira, I need to sort them videos out. I could not, I need to edit them, and I just didn't have the wherewithal today. So, because Moira, folks, is still in the pub, but I'm guessing she's watching on something teeny tiny, maybe her phone or her tablet. And yeah, so when we're all together again, hopefully we'll still be able to, well, we will still be able to do this, because we used to play videos before. Now, we are on the home straight. I've decided I'm not going to just keep going and going. And anyway, there are a few things I couldn't find. But if you remember, we're on PRESTFEST. It's PRESTFEST weekend coming up. And Sunday, if you thought Saturday was good, Sunday's just as good. And there's all sorts going on. I'm just going to see if I can find the... look at me with my jewel thing. Yeah, so I mean, there's as many acts on Sunday, and there's possibly more people on Sunday that we don't know, but there are a lot of bands on. I mean, there's all sorts, honestly. So on well, I mean, you just have to look it up. You know, Chloe Marie's playing again on Sunday. She's at the Prestwick Cricket Club. Jeremy's playing a couple of times, I can see, so that's good. Big Licks, that's the Anguses. They're on. Little Fixes on in Bodyfield Gardens, so I'm guessing that's an outdoor thing. Oh, honestly, there's also Murray's in the house. Well, not in the house, but there's oh yeah. So what I'm to tell you, Sunday is a doozy of a day, because there is the same amount of acts, bands. There's acoustic stage, main stage, and bear in mind they're all in venues, so you can buy food and drink at any of them, and you can wander about in and out between all of them. PRESTFEST have issued a statement on their Facebook about COVID, and they're saying that, you know, obviously venues are all trying to be COVID safe, that where possible, you know, practice social distancing. They are saying that people are free to wear masks. They encourage it. There's no, you know, that's all fine. But equally, if people aren't wearing them, then that's up to them. But there are certain rules, aren't there? Like I don't actually if they still apply, so I'll shut up. But anyway, you'll find in each pub, it's got its own thing. Some places are bigger, like I think the cricket club's a hall kind of thing, and I'm guessing that Bodyfield, did I say? Bodyfield Gardens. That sounds a bit thingamy. Is that right? Boydfield. Not Bodyfield. Boydfield Gardens, right? That, I think that is outside. Right, anyway. All sorts on Sunday, and quite a lot of folk we know, but I just did want to point out a couple of things. Two things, right? Several things, actually. So my next act is playing at 4 o'clock on the acoustic stage, as is my final act. They're playing at 3 o'clock. We've got a whole, I was going to say a swear word load of people that we know, plus a whole swear word load of people we don't. Now, things to watch out for of people that are not blissers, but are definitely worth checking out. I mean, they all are, to be fair, but there's just a few that if I was going out, I would want to go and see. I'd want to go and put my head around the door at the cricket club at 8 o'clock on Sunday, because the Renains are playing, and they have a female. I don't know if she classes herself as a front person, but she's definitely a singer anyway. And they're some band actually. And if you're interested, check them out. I think they're from Glasgow. They are sort of I don't know how you I don't think you can pigeonhole them, but they're loud, loud proper band, drums and all that kind of stuff. They're definitely would be on my list. Did I mention Jeremy Leviev is playing? I don't know if he'll do Supernature. No, not Supernature. I'll remember it, but it's, yeah. Anyway, he's on. And I should point out that if you know any young people, at the Taj Tandoori from 1 o'clock on Sunday, there is a young musicians workshop. So there's going to be a series of young musicians playing. So you can, I'm guessing, get a curry and watch some fantastic local young people playing. And I'm wondering if Emmy is... Anyway, I'm not sure who they all are, but they're on at the Taj. But it's the young people, and so it's before 5. What else did I want to say about Sunday? Oh yeah, there's a sensational Alex Harvey experience, which obviously isn't the band, but I'll just flag that up because as soon as I hear that word, I picture walking across the school field. Because my neighbour, I might have said this before, but my neighbour when I was a teenager, he serviced jukeboxes. I don't know if he owned them or what, wasn't interested in that, but he used to give us all the old records that they'd taken out and replaced, and I used to get piles of records with no centres. I think we have had this discussion before, but in amongst one of them was the sensational Alex Harvey band. It was the Gambling Barroom Blues, and I blooming loved that. I played that until I wore it out, in fact until it cracked, and I absolutely loved it. But it reminds me, the only person that I've come across in this since I've been a musical person who's covered it, believe it or not, was Bernadette, who I think I played a little bit of her a few weeks ago, one of Duffy's pals. Bernadette, I've forgotten her last name because I'm balmy. She runs open mics in Glasgow. Beautiful voice, fantastic, really good. Like country style player. But her and the guy she was in a duo with, they covered that in the Kurt Michael Arms. Blew my mind. That's the only people I've seen do it. And as another link, Billy Rankin worked at Rock Radio, and I think he's well, as far as we know, he's still got one of Mark's guitars that he really liked. I don't know if they've been playing again recently, but if you're interested in the sensational Alex Harvey band, check out Billy Rankin's memoirs, because he started writing, I think last year. I think lockdown brought it on, some of the memories, because they went all over the place and did all sorts of things. Anyway, I'm rambling now, but that was the link with that, and all sorts of things. On, I don't know why my phone's making that noise. I hope the power's not going on and off. Anyway, 3 o'clock, Boydfield Gardens. It's Gav, Big Gav, and he's doing COVID aid, and our Gav, he I'm just going to look for this. He did an outdoor gig down at the shore. There's a little sort of podium thing, and he did that a couple of weeks ago, and apparently it was absolutely brilliant because it was outside and lots of people loved to see live music starting again. He had a big cross section because he's a bit of a rock and soul god. So let's have a bit of this.
I'm a kind of psychedelic-y influenced guy, so I'm going to go right back to 1968 or something like that. I think it was 68. Stevie will keep me right. Well, she's walking through the clouds, circus mind is running round. Butterflies and zebras and fairy tales, round with the wind. And when I'm sad, she comes to me. With 1,000 smiles she gives to me free. Said it's alright now, mama, take anything you want from me, and fly on little wing. I said, fly on, my sweet angel, fly on through the night, fly on, you my sweet angel, 'cause tomorrow I will be by your side. I said, fly on, my sweet angel, fly on through the sky, fly on, you're my sweet angel, 'cause tomorrow I will be by your side. Thank you. That's literally the first notes I've struck in about 5 years on an acoustic guitar in front of people.
Yeah, that's our big Gav. It was a few years ago, and he hadn't played for a wee while, not on an acoustic anyway. And so it was he came to Acoustic Bliss like so many people did. And then anyway, so Big Gav is organised. He is some electric guitar player actually. He really is some electric guitar player, some player. And so at 3 o'clock on Sunday in Boydfield Gardens, Gav is doing COVID aid. I don't know if that I don't know if it's open mic. I'm guessing he's got people lined up. I don't know, but you can get in touch with them if you want to play. I don't know. There's nothing being advertised specifically as open mic, so I don't know if there is anything that's drop-in, but there's no harm in sending a message to PRESTFEST if you fancy doing that, because there has been in the past always somewhere where people can strut their funky stuff. Anyway, we're almost at the end, but there are 2 more players that I want to mention. Well, there's actually 3 more players I want to mention, but 2 more quick clips that I want to play. So one of the headline acts on Saturday night, unfortunately, not unfortunately, they are brilliant, but unfortunately for me, their clip was too big, and it was the wrong BPS, not BPS, FPPP, frames per second. It was wrong. So one of the headline acts is Blackleaf 40, and they are wonderful. So I'm going to make sure that anybody that I've missed off this week, I play next week. They are definitely worth checking out, and they're on the Buff main stage at about 7. I mean, everybody's a headline act, the way it works at PRESTFEST, because everybody's given equal billing really. But they're on early evening, and they are also absolutely brilliant musicians and wonderful people, so they're worth checking out. Oh yes, so we have lots of more bands on Sunday as well. So please check them out. There's rock bands, there's all sorts. There's something for everybody. And the great thing about having the programme is you can always, you can Facebook, you can check each act out if you're planning on going. And if you're bored over the weekend, then just play PRESTFEST bingo and have a look at the programme, and just put the band's name into Facebook and see what comes up, and play some videos, because they're all all musicians have been hit hard, as you know, but like lots of industries. And if there's any on the playlist that you like, then obviously buy a CD, buy a tune, whatever. Anyway, so 4 o'clock on Sunday, this is happening. Well, it won't be this, but these lovely people are coming to town, and I'm so pleased. So PRESTFEST, they now stay on the East Coast. They've gone to the other side, but here they are, and no one is more delighted than me, apart from them, obviously. Oh, I've done it again. Sorry about that. Right, here we go. It's happening, honestly.
One we used to do many moons ago. It's called Moon Dance. We used to do this with our band on Fresco. I think it's just a wee bit of subtle tuning. In Brazilian music, you can get away with a bit of desafinado.
It's a cold weather, I'm afraid. It's a marvelous night for the moon dance. Stars up above in the sky. A fantabulous night to make romance. The color of October skies. And the leaves on the trees, they are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. I'm trying to ease from the corner. Your heartstrings a place of. You know the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. All the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blood. Can I have just one more dance with you, my love? Can I have just one more dance with you, my love? I just wanna make love with you tonight. I can't wait till the morning's come. And in my arms you'll come true, babe. Straight into my arms you will run. When touch you, you tremble inside. Oh, but I love you, I want you back. You can't hide. Can I have just one more dance with you, my love? Can I have just one more romance with you, my love? Hey, moon dance, it's October, October skies. Leaves, they are falling, yeah. Can I have just one more romance? Can I have just one more romance? Can I have just one more dance with you, my love? Can I have just one more dance with you, my love?
Oh, lights are too bright. Next time I'm gonna wear my sunglasses. Look through my goggles. Okay, what did you say? Four? Okay, we've got a song called Big Bad Handsome Man by Imelda May. Ian brought his Bailey bossa nova tonight to play especially. So those last two songs were perfect for that. The man is tall, bad, mean and good looking, and he's got me in his eye. When he looks at me, I go weaker than these. He's got me going like no other guy. 'Cause he's my big bad handsome man. He's got me in the palm of his hand. He's the devil divine. I'm so glad that he's mine. 'Cause he's my big bad handsome man. Oh, the music he plays, the way he moves me and sways, rocks me to the core. When he sings in my ear, he makes me shiver and leer, but leaves me one more and more. 'Cause he's my big bad handsome man. He's got me in the palm of his hand. He's the devil divine. I'm so glad that he's mine. 'Cause he's my big bad handsome man. With his work, good looks, yeah, he's got me hooked. Got me where he wants me to be. With his arms so wide, he pulls me in by his side. He's the kind of guy who does it for me. 'Cause he's my big bad handsome man. He's got me in the palm of his hand. He's the devil divine. I'm so glad that he's mine. 'Cause he's my big bad handsome man. Yeah, he's my big bad handsome man. He's got me in the palm of his hand. He's the devil divine. I'm so glad that he's mine. 'Cause he's my big bad. I'm so glad that he's my big bad handsome man. Yeah. Okay, make this our last one.
The True Tones. Now they're down as the True Tone, but they're playing at 4 o'clock on Sunday. And actually, I'm guessing if they're billed as the True Tones, well, I don't know. They might be. Oh look, let's oh, I can't show you. Let's see if it'll. No, anyway, so they write their own material as well, and they're sort of like they're sort of like they do kind of lovers rock, slightly ska sort of stuff when they're playing themselves, but they've got an eclectic mix. So they're playing at 4 o'clock on Sunday on the Buff Acoustic stage, which is wonderful. So we have run over. I am a terrible person. And I hope you've enjoyed a little selection. And now I need you to know that by all means, these are not the best clips of all the people that I could find. They were literally the clips that I could find. And because I don't know why I didn't think about this before, maybe next year I'd get more exotic with it, but I thought about it. It just came into my head at fairly last minute about I mean, usually promote PRESTFEST, but well, that's quite a good theme for the evening. And so if you want to know more about PRESTFEST past and present, and you can look them up. There's people who've put stuff on YouTube of PRESTFEST's past. PRESTFEST has a Facebook page, and if you've got any questions, they'll obviously are available to answer. They've got some great ads, and you know, they've got all sorts, and the massivest cross section of music in Ayrshire this year for sure. So thank you for joining me. I'm quite enjoying being in the camper for this, wherever I am. And I don't know if you're all right, because something's gone wrong at that side, I think. But anyway, so thank you. So we've got one more clip to play. Actually, what do you think? Has anybody commented on my curtains? They're blinds, actually, but they're very 80s. So let me check and see if there's any. No. I hope you're all still there. I don't know if I've pressed the wrong button or something. Is everybody still there? Anyway. Oh, yes, there's one last thing I want to say. I want to say hello to Simon Atkinson. Thank you for messaging me today, and yeah, hope you're all right. And it is nice to get random things out, messages and things out of the blue. I want to apologise to everybody because I've been universally hopeless at staying in touch generally, but I've got even worse this year, this last few months, and it seems like everybody's woken up at once, and so we're really busy. One way or another, up and down the road. Anyway, let's finish with PRESTFEST Sunday. And on Sunday there are several things going on. We do have a collection of people. Well, you just look yourself, but I mentioned one of them earlier, which was Alan Frew, and I found this little clip from earlier. I think this is, I'm not sure what year it is, maybe 2017. But anyway, you'll see both of these guys at various points over PRESTFEST. So whatever you're doing this weekend, have a good one. If like Chloe and so many others, you don't fancy going out, then that's fine. It's absolutely fine, isn't it? And you can stay in and enjoy all sorts of other things that are going on. And I no doubt there'll be people streaming, and you might even find that there's people actually live streaming themselves or with their phones bits of the acts that you like. So I would keep an eye on Father's Medicine's page, Chloe, but have a look down the list, and because lots of people use their phones, don't they, to stream. Anyway, so let's finish here. Thank you all once again. I know it might seem a bit weird to some people that we're keeping it going even though the pub's open. It's just that it felt weirder not to stream, as that's what we've done for the last 7 years. So this is why we're in Limboland, because we are, but hopefully it won't be for very much longer. And much as I like my camper, there's not enough room for bands in here. Anyway, thank you all for contributing tonight. Thank you for joining in the chat. NBC, I'm going to email you. Hope you're all right. And thank you to everybody once again. This is grand. Enjoy.
that I can go if I want a blissful night. And tonight I see it's okay to disagree. Just some things we need to crystallize. Maybe don't take it dance now. Maybe don't feel the love. Maybe don't take it dance now. Maybe don't feel the love. Well, when you're with me, I'm in perfect company. Some of us were homeward bound. We can get so high, we can dance upon the sky and watch the world go spinning around. Baby, don't take it dance stuff. Baby, don't feel the love. Baby, don't take it dance stuff. Baby, don't feel the love. And watch the world go spinning around. Baby, don't take it dance stuff. Baby, don't feel the love. Baby, don't take it dance stuff. Baby, don't feel the love. Baby, don't feel the love. Baby, don't take it dance stuff. Baby, don't feel the love. Baby, don't take it dance stuff. Baby, don't feel the love. Baby, don't take it dance stuff. Baby, don't feel the love. Baby, don't take it dance stuff. Baby, don't feel the love. Baby, don't take it dance stuff. Baby, don't feel the love.
Thank you so much. Brian Fleming, Carol Bridgman.
Alan Austin stuff.
Town of Ayr, Statue Square, Twaddock's Bar, you'll find it there. And Bailey guitars on a night like this, sweet sound of acoustic bliss. Carol sings to Mark's guitar, Jem smiling behind the bar, no worries. Cousin Bob singing bar, the smiles come free. Come along, bring your song, play guitar or an old baron. Banjo, flute, violin, piano, sax, just anything. Duffy rocks, Chloe rolls, Wolfie sleeps and Norman blows, no worries. Cousin Bob singing bar, the smiles come free. Absent friends, Willie and Ken, reminisce and laugh again. The song is sung, the day is done, but the memories will linger long. Behind the mask, raise a glass to live music and friends pass, no worries. Cousin Bob singing bar, the smiles come free. Silent singers, songless days, shadows playing without a stage. And Bailey guitars on a night like this, how I miss acoustic bliss. Carol sings to Mark's guitar, Tom smiling behind the bar, no worries. Cousin Bob singing bar, the smiles come free. Life rocks, you gotta roll, play the blues and ease the soul, no worries. Cousin Bob singing bar, in Bob singing bar, in Bob singing bar, the smiles come free.
Bob singing Bob.
1 dog, 2 dog, 3 dog, 4 dog, 5 dog, 6 dog, 7.
Bob singing Bob.
Bailey guitars, 2 dog, 3 dog, acoustic, 5 dog, 6 dog, 7.
Bob singing Bob.
Bailey guitars, 3 dog, acoustic, 5 dog, 6 dog, 7.
Bob singing Bob.
Bailey guitars, 3 dog, acoustic, 5 dog, 6 dog, 7. Bailey guitars, acoustic bliss. Hi Bob.
2 Vegas, please.
Okay, Acoustic Bliss. Let's go, John.